What's up, Carnivores? We are back. This time, it's the Carnivores' turn. So we got to figure out what meat-eating dinosaurs do we have left that might make it in return from the previous game. So we've got our list. We started with 84 because I counted the 2 returning dinosaurs from the deluxe edition. So I just threw them on there just as that. But so we got it down. We're at 29. My goal is to get down to roughly 10 because that's where I'm leaning towards, 5 to 10 new animals. So 10, and at least get it down to 10, and then we can speculate if there's a few extra guys that might make it in if it's not as many new animals as I'm expecting. I'm thinking it has to be at least 5, max maybe 10 of new species. Because you got to sell the game with something, you can't just modular building and babies aren't going. I don't think we'll sell a new game if it's no new animals. So there has to be something, and then pretty much confirm new species as well. So let's switch over. So there we are. I said we're at 29, roughly. So those are the confirmed guys. These are the guys that I think are very close to 100% locks. Most of these are 100% locks, 95 to 100% locks, I guess you could say. With our no breeding, we know there's 7 that they said aren't going to have babies. I'm going with it's a mix of hybrids and small, so we're at 4. So it means we need 3 more of those guys. Some could speculate it's all 7 hybrids. I don't think they're giving us all 7 hybrids. And these are the guys that are on my fence. Like I said, I think it's 2 of these guys. Anyway, I think it could be possibly used one of those and one of those. So if I leaned, I'd probably say you and you. But I think we're going to get 2 of those flyers. I guess you could throw maybe possibly a 3rd flyer might make it. I'm putting the Shoney in at the moment. One of the Chinese stegosaurs, it could be any of them. So then we have these guys becomes here. We were on the fence. I'm giving the Crichtosaurus the nod because of the Michael Crichton reference. And Meatasauruses is the base dinosaur of that genius. It's not so. But Polacanthus could make it in. This is our... That, and then I got these guys. Sinoceratops was in the second Jurassic World movie, right? But I think, wasn't it also in Camp Cretaceous as well? So I got these 3 guys in, and I guess Sino could possibly fall in that category too. Is they could be in the game. They could also be pulled and sold back in as a Camp Cretaceous pack with some new redesigns from other animals that have been in it that weren't in the previous movies. As well as the Scorpius Rex could be thrown in there. The Spinoceratops could be thrown in there. The Pachyrhinosaurus could be thrown in there. So there's... Well, that's going to become a... Like, how many dinosaurs would be in a pack that they would sell? So, I mean, that would throw us at 1, 2, 3 there. 4, 5, 6. Possibly a 7th one. Plus, there's a couple redesigned animals. So, I don't think the DLCs would be, like, massive. I mean, typically, they're always, like, 4 animals. I mean, you could... If you're going to throw in returning dinosaurs in DLCs, you might make the packs a little bigger, maybe. So... It makes it a little easier to swallow, so I don't know. It could be we could do that. Here's who we cut so far. All right, so then there's our carnivores. Bear with me here, because some of the pictures are kind of murky. Some of these guys are kind of tricky. Some of these guys are kind of bland, and their pictures aren't really helping me. But I think I got everybody figured out here. All right, so let's start with what we know. So we need 3 more of what we call the no breeders. The most obvious is Compy. Compy's in the game. You can't probably have a baby Compy because baby Compy would be like minuscule. So Compy's in. So that leaves us 2 more. The Oviraptor and Morris is in. He's cute, but I think he's the odd man out because he has no real connection. Boom, there's our non-breeders. The Endos, the Raptor and the Rex, Microsaurus, Listosaurus, Compy, Oviraptor, and what's the other part of his name? Morris. Intrepidus. I couldn't think of the second part of his name for a minute there. So that would take care of our breeders. So our breeders are now done. That was 3 off the list, right? Boom, boom, boom. So 26. So I am looking for 16 carnivores that are not already confirmed. So how many do we keep in mind that we already do have? Allosaurus confirmed, T-Rex and Velociraptor, Carnotaurus, Dilophosaurus. So 5 meat eaters and then 2 technically pescivores / meat eaters. So that's already gave us 5 guys. So we already got 5 locked in there. So next, we're going to look at our raptor-like animals. So for this purpose, that's why I threw Deinonychus in there and I threw Troodon in there. Because these are small person-sized, roughly, meat eaters. So we already know our returning favorites are Raptors and Dilophosaurus. They're both in. So now we got to make some calls. As much as I hate to do this because I don't like the design, but I do love this dinosaur. And it's what the Raptors were supposed to be to begin with. But I think Deinonychus is out. A lot of people hate that little fin on the head thing. So, and he's supposed to be very. Maybe that could be returning dinosaur. Well, they could make it back as a new one, as a feather one. That's a possibility. But that would have to be a redesign. I'm also going to say Troodon is out because what's the current standing on Troodon? I guess I heard we still can believe that it's a real animal. So I think it's just now being used as a overall term for those dinosaurs. And not exactly its own specific dinosaur now. So this one kind of goes back and forth on if people think if it's real or not. And while I believe they were in Jurassic Park of the game, the controversial genius of related small bird-like theropod dinosaur definitely known as. So yeah, so it's a lot of like even your documentaries now call them like Troodon-like animals when they talk about something like that. So they want to say there's a little bird-like theropod, they just don't really know what to call it. So I too much controversy around him, so I think it's out because it's just another guy out there. So now that takes us down to 3. This is where it gets hard because 2 of these are movie significance, but 1 is a very popular one. The Velociraptor, big role in the movie. We're going to put you in. The Pyroraptor had the big fight with Chris Pratt, Owen Grady. The Utah Raptor, though, is kind of the big dog. Is like the thing that saved the movie, actually, in a way, because the Utah Raptor showed that there was a raptor that was actually, the right size that the movie was using. So at the moment, I'm going to say Pyroraptor is in. I think that's the. Sorry, wrong one. Up here. The movie connection, I think, will keep it in the game. Although I would prefer Utah Raptor make it in over Pyroraptor because Pyroraptor is whatever. It's just random raptor they put in the movie. That wasn't like it was a popular name before that. So that's leaving Utah Raptor at the moment of being out. If we assume So that's going to give us 1, 2, 3, 4 of the small size carnivores. So yeah, you can't overload. You got to think of the genre, so we can't overload those kind of animals. All right, so that was what did we take there. We took 2 of them, right? We cut 2 of them. Yeah. All right. Boom. Take down the 2, so 24. All right, so now let's look at our out there other types that are on the list here that are they're like, I guess, sort of almost medium sized but still kind of small. So we have what was that? What's something with an A? I lost my page. Where'd it go? A Strinovator. What did I say? How do you say this again? It's the Australivinator. Weird name. We're cutting you. I don't think you're that recognizable. All right, so let's do this one. Make another easy cut here. So we have no baryonyx in the game. We know Spinosaurus in the game. That gives us 2 semi-aquatic of those guys. I'm saying Suchi's out. And I move you up here out of the way. Because this is actually going to tie back into something as well. Trying to get back down to my Suchis and Camp Cretaceous with a whole new design. First ever Jurassic World design. It could be that's where the Camp Cretaceous pack DLC's ideal coming from, is from the fact that they would cut Suchi and bring it back with the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous look. So that could be the cornerstone on what brings that pack right there. So that could be the pack right there. So that's where we'll take. But that also is the reason in the Guanlong is why we think the mono could be out and also included in the Camp Cretaceous pack. Let's see. I think the Gigantoraptor is out. Well, let's put them up there. I think that Metrodon comes back. A good shot. Yeah, I'll confirm it. It's a very popular animal that's always confused with the dinosaur at times, when even though it's not a dinosaur. It's actually closer to a mammal. But it's a very popular animal, so I think it's in. We'll go ahead and I'm going to move you over here by you, because I think that's where this connection is going to start coming from. Herrera's a novel dinosaur. It's been in all the games. Guanlong and Mono are the similar ones. So we're getting Guanlong. Definitely is replacing one of them. We'll put Proceratops on the bubble. So here's where I think on that. If they keep Mono out for a Camp Cretaceous pack, Proceratops is in. If they're got enough for what they think there's going to be the Camp Cretaceous pack, then Mono's in and Proceratops is out. It's going to be one of these two, depending on if they hold this one for a Camp Cretaceous pack. So either or, depending on the option. If Mono's not in the game, I think that would be a good sign. So I would say if neither one of these two are in the game, it's a good sign that there's going to be a Camp Cretaceous pack. All right, so now we have our small Siggy a Triassic dinosaur too. I know it was a movie dino that people have been begging for. We got it towards the end of this lifespan of the game. It's early Jurassic. So we got our 2 Triassic guys with a early Jurassic guy. This was the dinosaur that was people were clamoring for just so they complete the novel stuff. The canon dinosaurs, I guess you would say. Honestly, I'd rather it get cut and Coelophysis makes it in. Coelophysis is the more well-known dinosaur name. It's like the very first episode of the original Walking with Dinosaurs was Coelophysis. And it's like one of the big Triassic dinosaurs. And I'm going to throw Herrera in there for right now. I feel like Herrera deserves it. It's just always been in the game. 1, 2, 3, 4 more guys to take off the list. Alright, so that means we need to pick 10 of what's left. 6 and 12. So that means I'm cutting a... Maybe I might get some of these other guys back in here after all, because we got some decisions to make. Alright, so Carnivores is a popular meat-eating dinosaur. I'm putting it in. So we might get some millimeters in because we might have cut too many. We have the Krylo, Metracanthosaurus, Megalosaurus. Which one are you? That's the Quinzo house. Meijung. Megalosaurus. Oh yeah, okay. Krylo, Meijung, Megalosaurus, Metracanthosaurus, and the Quinzhausosaurus. You're out because it's your name. I don't like your name. I don't like your name. We're cutting you. I mean, like I said, we'll go back and might throw some more guys in. So actually, let's put some of these. We'll put these guys in their little row here. That might have a chance of coming back in here. I guess we'll throw you in there. I say we go with... What did we put in so far? So I said we needed 10 to get to my list. And we threw in 1, so 9. So we got 9. There's 10 there. So technically, if I was taking all of these, I only need to cut one guy. But yeah, I think that's off. So I think so we might get back up here. Let's go to the large carnivores that are not Tyrannosaurus. The Giga is in. So that's 8. So Acro and Carcadon. Based on Eva's spotting, we know Albertosaurus of our Tyrannosaurs are in. Because there was an Albertosaurus statue she saw, she claims. So there's 8. The Eutyrannus is very popular design. I'm going to use letting you in. So 7. Well, now the Tarbosaurus gets interesting. It was a very wanted Tyrannosaurid because it's the T-Rex of, Asia. Did work its way into a Camp Cretaceous, although it was that Choose Your Own Adventure, which I never got to do, that got pulled by off of that Netflix yanked. Removed. So it was a Camp Cretaceous animal, but that episode's lost in time, lost to the airwaves or whatever you want to call them. I'm putting Tarbosaurus in. I think we get all the Tyrannosaurs. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're at the halfway mark. All right, so we're gonna pull you guys. Well, we'll pull you maybe back in there too, and give. See, we'll see. You still have a chance. Maybe you do have a chance too, because we are running out of carnivores. Acro's a popular one. Let's put in Acro on the bubble. Megalosaurus. I'm not feeling Megalosaurus. I think we're cutting Megalosaurus. I can see Cart getting cut. So we'll put these there. So I feel we need some more of our big guys here. Let's put in the Krylo. So that means I need, what, 3 more? We're down to 3. Yeah, I'm still leaving you guys out. Oh, man, we're taking no, still saying you guys are nubs. So, when we take the Mahjong, the Metro, and it wasn't that just moved the Kark up there. I'm gonna take the Kark out. My shark tooth dinosaur. What is that we needed? 3 or 2? I forgot already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 to get the 10. So I would say when you guys gets back in. Let's still say you're being held for the Camp Cretaceous pack. We're gonna say one of these and one of these. Who? Mahjong or Metro? Ooh. Go Metro. I'll throw Mahjong out. Alright, so we have 2 Feather Boys and a Cannon species. Can make it in. You like the Overraptor, only bigger. We'll throw Utah in there. We're gonna give it to Utah. We're gonna squeeze him in. Utah's gonna get squeezed in. We'll throw those guys out. There we go. So that is 20. Boom. Oh. That should leave us with 10, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 70, and then 2 of those would be 72. So there we are. All right, so that would leave us. So these eyes are all the ones that come back. That would leave us 10 spots for brand new animals. Which I could add that into this part of the video, or we could make a little speculation video on some of the guys I think there. Where are we at sitting at so far on this one? So we're keeping under half an hour or so. We'll make another video for that. So that's giving us 10 new species. If it's only 5 and we had to add 5 more guys, what would possibly make it in? And then I think you and you are possible to make it back in I believe that was Polacanthus. Polacanthus could make it in that situation. I like Meatasauruses for a rebirth thing. I think we have enough of the water ones, period. Did I put in just for the water? Yeah, Carnivores or Liplorodon. Liplorodon's outfit. I don't think we're going to get 3 Mosasaurs. I think there's a new flyer that's going to take your place from the movie. Maybe. So we got how many? So we have 3 of those. So Polo could make it. Possibly could throw the Mimi back in there. Or a 3-horn. Let's have a little fun. We'll say Taurosaurus. And we'll go. I'll give people their Mimi. So there would be my 5 extra species you could save if there's less than 10 new species. I think so. So let's see. I want to count them up again. Yeah, we won't. All right. So without looking, I'm going to say we should have roughly about 10 marine, 10 flyers, and then should be more herbivores than meat eaters. I'm pretty sure we have that on there. There's our 7 non-breeders. So yeah. That's the rough list. Like I said, there could be, like I said, the bubble guys. There's some substitutions that could be made here. Like we mentioned, 2 of those. Any of those 3. You could replace that with Mimi and replace that with Polacanthus. I think that's the only the Nigersaurus. I think that's of the sauropods we have. I think that's the most unique, coolest one that we could work it in. That's a pair of just popular dinosaurs that I think are good. And then we have our bubble Camp Cretaceous animals that I'm putting in but could get cut. That or the Mono or Prosauratus makes it in. I'm giving the nods to our 2 Triassic guys. I like Tarbo's chances because he's just so popular. This was a popular one. Utah's very popular. These are just some of the more popular, I feel, meat eaters. So, yeah. So there's our on the outside looking in, guys. Alright, so I guess we'll do another video speculating what possible new species, including one really brand new type of species that that's heavily been requested, and we now get the opportunity that they could be a real thing. That means they would have to put some work in to make these designs. I think a lot of people kind of already, I think there's a lot of rumors about these guys already, so I'm pretty sure people know where I'm going there. So until next time, Kachoro out.